Good evening and welcome to the Osha Academy Project Management Online Training. This is day 3, the project process, where we discussed about the initiation phase. Inside the initiation phase, you identify the problem, you build your business case, you do your feasibility study, then you set up your project management office, and then you end that phase with the term of reference, which is the project charter. Once you prepare the project charter, that phase is closed. You perform your phase review, you close that phase, and then you move on to the project planning phase or process. Now the project planning is just talking about you having identified your problem, putting up various series of activities to actually meet up the desired objective that you've been able to create from your initiation phase. So you say a detailed planning to ensure that the activity in the execution phase of the project are properly sequenced, resourced, executed, and controlled. Understand? All this planning is you are planning ahead of the execution phase. You are putting all these things in place so that when the execution starts, you are going to be executing according to what you planned. So it is a means of defining and refining objective and selecting the best of the alternative courses of action to attain the objective that the project was undertaken to address. So that, like what I said earlier, you set up course of actions to meet up the objective that you've defined in your initiation phase. So brainstorming is a very important tool for effective project planning. Very, very important tool is brainstorming. The ability to think and find solutions to problems. Most of the case studies that we've been discussing in the course of our lectures are cases that you have to brainstorm, think, and discover solutions to those problems. So brainstorming is a key tool in a project management planning process. You understand? Now, the next thing you do in the project plan is to develop a project plan. You identify, you create, and agree on a work breakdown structure. Now, this work breakdown structure is a very important tool in project management. What this work breakdown structure is that it breaks down the work into different phases. Understand? And the essence of doing that is for you to be able to monitor and control each of those phases to meet up your desired objective. So that's what the work production says, is a hierarchical set of phases sequenced and a task to be undertaken on the project to break down the work into different phases in a sequence of achieving the task in that project. As I said, the WS is accomplished by defining the scope of the project and breaking the work down into a component that can be scheduled and estimated and easily monitored. When you're breaking the job down, it becomes easy for you to get the estimate as well as easily monitor that phase of each phase of the project. So allocate resources to each activity and task as a more detailed project. Also indicating that work with that structure. Each of the work you are breaking down, each of the phases you are breaking to, you are going to be allocating it to a particular team member, and from there you're also going to know the time each of those phases are going to take. So the essence is for you to be able to bring out all these things, know the time to take, as well, so that you can easily monitor each of those stages. Now the next thing here is develop a resource plan. Now this involves trying to identify each of the resources that will be needed in the course of the project. You identify the human resource, which is the people with the skill set that will be carried out each phase of this project. You also set out roles and responsibility for each of these individuals that will be engaging in the project process. Also, you identify the equipments that are peculiar to the job that you are going to be performing. So you identify the equipment that will be needed in the course of that project, as well as the materials. You also identify them. Then they say there are committed and proposed resources. Committed resources are talking about the resources that are available for the project at the moment, while the proposed resources are those resources that are promised to be delivered in the course of the project. Now the next thing they say, develop a cost management plan. In this part, in this aspect of the planning, you have to determine the amount that will be required for the project. You have to do your cost estimation for each of the material. You do your cost estimation for the human resource. How much will you be paying the people that will be carrying out this project? The materials and equipment. How much are they going to cost? Understand? You try to do your estimate for the cost of the project. Now, at the end of your estimation, after you've done your estimation, which is you forecast how much you are going to be spending in the course of the project. Each of the stages, how much you'll be spending. You put them together to know the cost of the entire project. The budget, that is the budget for that project. Then there's what you call actual spending. You try and compare the two. See, forecast spending versus actual spending. The actual spending is talking about the actual amount you're going to be spending in the course of the project. Now you might have budgeted like maybe 200,000 for cement, understand? But when the project actually starts, you might find out that you'll be spending like, you may spend up to 250, or you may be spending less than the 200. So at the end of every phase, you compare the forecasted amount for that stage and the actual amount spent. So that's what the cost management is all about. Now the next thing is develop a quality management system. Like we said, the scope of the project that you have to embark in should be well defined. The quality that the project sponsor desire should be well defined. You know what you are doing. The quality should not be too ambiguous for each of the deliverable. It should be well listed clearly and well understood. Understand? Then once you are able to understand the desired quality that the project sponsor wants, then you have to outline plans on how you can assure the customer that you'll be delivering them. Understand? Now that he has said this is the quality he needs, now you have to make him understand this is how you are going to be delivering on this target that he has said. So they call it quality assurance. He has said he will need this quality, and you give him steps on how, or plan on how we are going to be meeting up with that desired quality. Understand? So you are giving him the assurance that this quality that he demands, this is how we are going to be meeting up with it. That's it. Then also say identify the technique used to control the actual level of quality of each deliverable as it is built. Now this is like a standard for you to control each of those quality. Understand? The techniques and standards which are going to be used to control each quality. For instance, the previous one said he needs his fence to be 10 feet. Understand? It means the standard for that feet is 10. So anything below that 10 is out of quality. So you have to ensure that that 10 feet that it demands, you set it as a standard for the course of the project. So that's what the quality management is all about. Understand? You try and define the quality clearly, and then you put a plan to assure the customer that you can meet up with the quality demanded, as well as set up standard for controlling the quality that is demanded. So that's the quality management plan. In brief, once again, we identify, we make sure the quality is well defined by the project sponsor. Then you list out ways or plans that you are going to be achieving this quality, which is trying to assure him that you can meet up with the desired quality, and that's what they call the quality assurance. Then the quality control is talking about setting up standard that you are going to be using to make sure the quality that is desired is met. Now the next thing here is to develop a risk management plan. Like I told you, as a project manager, you have the ability to foresee the likely risks that will occur in the course of the project that you are taking. So what you do is you try to identify this risk. Once you've been able to identify the risk, then you put a risk management plan. That is to say, if it should occur, this risk that you have foreseen, if it should occur, what is the plan? What is your plan to tackle that risk? For instance, you can say, okay, let's say you are building a swimming pool outside your house, and now if rain should fall, it is going to damage most of the material and the works that you've carried out so far. So that's a risk. Rain falling is a risk regarding that project. So how do you control? How do you respond if that kind of risk should occur? One of the things you can say, okay, let us use tarpaulin to cover the surface of the pool, so that should, in case rain fall, it will not tamper with the materials as well as the aspect of the job that you have been able to accomplish. And the next thing there is risk monitoring and control. Now, having put this plan in place, how do you ensure that the plan is actually doing what you desire of it to do? For instance, if you put a tarpaulin there and you leave it, the rain fall when you are not there, and as you come back the next and you find out that the tarpaulin was leaking, and therefore everything that you've expected to be protected have been destroyed. You understand? But if, for instance, after putting that tarpaulin, you monitor it to ensure that it serves the purpose, maybe in the course of monitoring, you will find out that there is a leakage in that tarpaulin, then you do what? You replace it. So once you put the risk, you've carried out a risk plan. It's also very important you monitor the plan to ensure that it is giving you the desired need of using that method to curtail the risk. The next thing now is for you to develop an acceptance plan. Understand? Now, this acceptance plan is like talking about the completion criteria we discussed in the project charter. For every deliverable, you create a document, like a form, that we use to assess that deliverable. Maybe in this case, you tell the project sponsor to come, the sponsor will check, will assess that deliverable, and once he is satisfied, then you tick that, you bring out your acceptance form, you tick it, the sponsor will sign, you yourself will sign to show that that deliverable has met up with the quality desired of the project sponsor. And then the bottom line is each deliverable must meet or exceed the customer's requirement. So the essence of the acceptance plan is to make sure that the deliverable is assessed by the project sponsor and it meets his demand or exceeds his demand. Understand? Then you can take and close that stage or phase of the project and move on to the next phase. Then the next item here is to create a procurement plan. And you are going to give a detailed description of the product that you are going to need and who the supplier that is going to be supplying them. Now, if you are giving this contract of supply to a supplier, you should provide a justification for doing that to your team members. Now, normally your team members will expect that they will be the one to buy the items. Like in most cases, these workmen, they believe it is that area where they have to go and buy the things that they make their money. They go there, they do some pricing, probably reduce quality and all that, and they make money from it. So if you are now deciding that these people should not, the team members should not buy the product, whether you are giving it to an external supplier, you should justify the reasons for doing that. The reason you have to justify it and make sure your team member concur with you is that if they are not satisfied and they are not happy, they are giving it out, and they are angry, they may, out of anger, frustrate your effort in the course of that project. Maybe the guy that was supposed to do the foundation, when you have budgeted maybe like a week to do the foundation, 2-3 days he has not come to work. Not because he's angry with you for not giving him the contract to buy the materials and stuff. But if you can justify why you have to give it out to an external supplier and they are okay with it, they will carry out your job regardless in good faith. Understand? So that's why you should justify why you are if you should give it to an external supplier. Then it says provide a schedule for procurement. Identify the process of selection of preferred supplier. You provide a schedule for your procurement, how the products are going to be delivered and all that, when they will be delivered and all that. Provide a schedule for yourself. Identify the process of selection of preferred supplier, which is the tender process. How are you going to be selecting your supplier? Why should you pick this person and leave the other person? So you are going to state the process. Maybe you are picking this person because his products are more genuine, or because these prices are more concentrate. Understand? So you bring out your process of selection. Then identify the process for actual order and delivery of the procured process. Now maybe you and the supplier can agree that okay, if you need a material, you have to inform me 2 days before the time for effective delivery. Also put all those things into consideration in the course of your project plan. Then the next here is for you to create a communication plan. Now, communication is very key in the project planning process. Understand? So it's very important that you devise an effective communication plan. And as I want to say, identify the types of information to be distributed. One key management skill a project manager should have is how to manage information. Know, identify information and know how to manage them. Understand? The reason you have to know this is that, for instance, let's say in the course of the project, the project sponsor called and inform you that there may not be salary for your team members by the end of the as in there may not be salary for your team member at the end of the month. Now, if you go ahead and tell your team members who are carrying out the process of the execution of the project that there is tendency for them not to get paid at the end of the month. Their motivation will be dented. You understand? They will not be motivated to work to the end of the month because they know there is no salary, so it will affect the effectiveness of that project. So, but if you should keep that information to yourself, they are going to be working effectively to the end of the month, and you'll be going to be getting a good result from their job at the end of that month. You understand? So it is very important that you do what you manage informations and know when to deliver some and when not to deliver some. Let's also identify the method of distributing information to stakeholders. How should information be distributed? Excuse me. How should information be distributed to the stakeholders? Are you going to create a format where the workers will have access to the stakeholders of the project sponsor and start discussing with them? Or are you going to be the one to meet the stakeholders to have discussion with them? Or there's a functional manager who have to relate with the sponsors of the project. You have to be able to identify your means of meeting with them. Are you going to be having meetings? You understand? Where you'll be discussing about the project. Is the meeting going to be online? Is it going to be a physical meeting? Are they going to be sending a representative? Or you are going to be involving every stakeholder in that meeting? You understand? So you identify all those, the different methods of distributing information to stakeholders. Also, you identify the frequency. How often are you going to be meeting with your project stakeholders? How often are you going to be meeting with them? Once a week, once in a month, just like that, to make all those plans as well. Now, the next thing here is the tendering process. The tendering process is talking about how you select your supplier to supply your materials for that project, the method you use. The first, you create a statement of work. Let them create the statement of the nature of the work they are going to do. Understand? You create a statement of work to know the kind of work you are doing and the reason you are needing those materials. They request for information from each potential supplier. You take information from them. Understand? The information about their products, why their products should be, you just gather information regarding them and their products. Then after you gather enough information, then choose a preferred supplier out of all the ones that have come with their different informations. Then agreeing on the supplier's contract for the delivery of the requisite product. Then the one that you choose, you come to an agreement with that person, including the terms and conditions as well. Now, once this is done, it means the planning process of the project is over. So the next thing is for you to do what? Perform your phase review each of the various steps. If they are satisfactory, then you close that phase of the project, the planning phase of the project, and move on to the execution phase. Now, one of the main items in this planning phase is the work breakdown structure. It is a very key component in the project planning process, understand? So we're going to be talking about that project WBS. All the plans that you have put in place, all the plans that you have come up with to meet up that desired objective, is you now have to coordinate people to carry out those plans to meet up with the project objective. That's what the execution is talking about. You have made the plans, all the various plans, then now you coordinate the people and the resources to carry out those plans as you have specified in your project plan to meet up the objective. So it's characterized by physical construction of each deliverable, by project team and presentation to the customer for acceptance and monitoring and controlling of activities, resources and expenditure by the project manager required throughout the execution phase to ensure the customer requirement are met. So that's what we are saying. All the planning process and data you put in place, your job now is to what? Manage them, monitor and manage each of those things that you've listed out in your project plan to ensure that the people carrying out the project and executing the project meet up with each of those plans that you set out. You have to be able to meet up with the objective. So that's what the project execution phase is all about. Now this is a structure of the project execution phase. Now you as a project manager, you'll be monitoring the time, managing the time, the scope of the project, the human resource, communication, stakeholders and the rest. While the project team will be integrating the project, the procurement management and all those things. Now, as all these things are going on, you also are carrying out the monitoring and control. Once everything has been monitored and controlled to specification, it means what? That objective has been delivered. So you do what? You perform a phase review to close the execution phase. Now this is the monitoring and control. So like I say, while the project team are physically producing each deliverable, the project manager implements a series of management process grouped as knowledge area to monitor and control the activities being undertaken. They include the time management, risk management, cost management, and all those things that you've planned for, you understand. So based on your knowledge of all these things as a project manager, the ability to manage the time, the quality, the risk, and all those, you use this knowledge that you've acquired to monitor and control the execution process to meet up with the desired objective of that project. So that's what the monitoring and control is talking about, putting your knowledge of project management into that execution phase to meet up with the desired objective. Now, once everything has been executed to plan and the objective of that project has been met, what you do next is to perform a phase review. Understand? Perform your phase review, and if you are satisfied with everything, you move to the next phase of the project, which is to close the project. You do the formal work, the paper work or the formal work, and then you do what? You close the project. That project is sealed and delivered. Once your customer is satisfied, understand? You've done your phase review and the customer is satisfied with the project outcome, then you do what? You do the formal aspect, you finalize the project and then close the project. Now, like we said, every project gives a unique product. Unique product could be in terms of, like we said, every project must have a unique product. Now, the product could be in terms of what you learned or the outcome of the project. Understand? So, some of the things you can ask to assess your performance are: did it result in the benefit, the project that you carried out, did it result in the benefit defined in your business case? Did it achieve the objective outlined in the terms of reference? Did it operate within the scope of the term of reference? Did the delivery meet the criteria planned and the quality? What is delivered? Was it delivered within the schedule outlined in the project plan? Was it delivered within the financial plan? So all these questions are questions you can ask to assess how well you did in that project. So we end the project management process here. Started from initiation, they'll move to planning, they'll move to execution, from execution we check the monitoring and control, and then we close. So if there is any question, you can ask when we meet, you ask, and I will throw more light on it. Understand? So thank you very much for coming. God bless you. So we move on to the WBS, which is the work breakdown structure. Earlier, I introduced you to this WBS and I made you understand that it is a very key component in the project planning process. This WBS, what it's all about is that it helps break down the project into different deliverable or phases. You understand, thereby making your project to be easy and easily controlled. You understand? Now, this is a framework for a WBS for a house, building a house. You understand? Now, you have the first, the deliverables, where you have the project management, the building, the service, and then finishing. Then you have the work packages, which is talking about so many other items. Now, this deliverable is talking about the various items that you have broken the job into. You understand? Then the work packages is talking about the sub section, the things you are to deliver on that a particular deliverable. You understand? The work package is talking about breaking that particular deliverable into smaller packages that you have to complete to be able to deliver on the major deliverable. You understand? Now, in any project, the first deliverable should always be the project management. Regardless of the kind of project, your first deliverable should be your what? The project management. Understand? Now, the work package under the project manager should be the schedule and the funding. It means that this schedule and funding are activities that the management are going to be carrying out. They're going to be determining the time as well as funding of the project. Understand? Then the next item the delivery is talking about the building. Now, the work package under the building to complete the building is the floor, the walls, and the roof. You understand? Once you're able to accomplish the floor, raise the wall of the house, and then roof it, you have been able to get what that deliverable, which is a building. Then the next one is talking about the services. The work package under the services is talking about the electricity, the gas, and the water. Once you're able to accomplish these three things, it means you have accomplished the services, which means that deliverable has been accomplished. Then the next thing is the finishing, talking about the parquet, the painting, and the kitchen installation. Once you deliver of those work packages, it means you're delivering on the finishing. And once all these deliverables has been met, it means that project, which is the building of a house, has been met. You've raised the building, you've done everything concerning the building, the services, which is the electricity, you have done all that, the finishing, which is the painting, and the you have done all that. It means the building has been completed. You understand? So that's what the work breakdown is talking about, breaking down the works into different work packages and deliverables to make the work easy for you. So this is a WBS form, you understand, which further elaborates on the whole WBS structure. You understand? Now, this form, if you see the form, you have the deliverables, you have the work packages, you have the activity list, activity duration, you have milestone, you have cost estimate, and then you have assigned to. Understand? Under the deliverables, you have the project management as usual, the building, the services, and then the finishing. Then the work packages, you have the work schedule for the management, project management, you have the work schedule, and then the funding. Then for the building, the first work package there is the floor. Now, if you check the activity list, they put list 1, list 2, and list 3. Now, what this is talking about is that what is the first to deliver on the flooring of the house? What is the first activity for you to carry out? What are the various activities for you to carry out to accomplish the floor of that house? You understand? Now, in the floor of the house, you can say, okay, the first thing there is to do what? Dig the foundation of the house. Understand? So your first list, your first activity in delivering on that work package, which is floor, is for you to dig the foundation of the house. You understand? Then you see the next, they say activity duration. Now, what the activity duration is talking about is this digging the foundation of the house. How long is it going to take? You understand? So you play, let's assume you say the digging foundation is going to take 3 days. You put it there 3 days. Understand? Then the next day is the milestone. Understand? Already I made you understand that milestone is talking about putting the actual date when it will start and when it will end. You understand? You have to state it. That's what the milestone is talking about. So if you say your first activity, which is digging the foundation of the house, is going to take 3 days, when is this 3 days going to start? You understand? So you can say, okay, it's going to start from June 1st to what? June 3rd. You state it there under your milestone. Then the next item is the cost estimate. So this digging of the foundation, how much is it going to cost? You state it there as well. Then you see the assigned to. It means who is going to be handling the foundation of the digging of the foundation. You also state it there as well. Then under the same floor, what is the next in the list two? Now the next activity there could be then laying of the blocks in the foundation. Your first list is to dig the foundation. Your first activity was to dig the foundation. Then the next activity now is to do what? To uh, to lay in the blocks in that foundation. Now the next activities duration. How long is it going to take for you to lay the blocks in the foundation, probably to the DPC level? How long is it going to take? You understand? Then maybe let's say you say another 3 days. Then what is the milestone? It means we now say, okay, the milestone will now be from 6th of June to maybe 9th of June. You understand? You state it there under the milestone. Then how much is it going to cost? The laying of these blocks to the DPC level. How much is it going to cost? You state the cost there. Then who is going to be handling it? You also state it under the assigned to. Having done that, now the next activity in delivering that floor could not maybe flooring the ground of this. You floor the ground of the house. Understand? Maybe you want to you floor the ground of the house and everything. So how long is it going to take for you to floor the house? It's what the activity duration is talking about. What is the milestone? When is it going to start? And when is it going to end? Then you put your cost estimate. How much is it going to cost? You put it there. Who is going to be handling it? You equally put it there. You understand? Now, once you've been able to deliver on these 3 activities, you've dug the foundation, you lay in the blocks, then you floor the house. You understand? You've been able to do what? Deliver on that floor of the house, that work package, which is the floor of the house. Now, the next work package is what? The walls of the house. What are the various activities for you to deliver on the wall of that house? You understand? Because you can say, all right, maybe the first thing is for you to do the pillars of the house. You understand? You build the pillars of the house. Now, how long is it going to take you to build the pillar of the house? You understand? When are you going to start, and when is it going to start, and when is it going to end? Which is the milestone. You understand? Then you also talk of the cost. How much is it going to cost for you to do the pillars? You state it there. Who is going to do the pillars? You state it in the assigned to. You understand? There may be the second activity, which is the list two. The second activity could now be, okay, raising the blocks of the house. You understand? Raising the blocks of the house. You've done the pillar. Now you raise the blocks of the house. You understand? So how long is it going to take for you to raise the block of the house, probably to the roofing level? You state how long it's going to take in your activity in duration. When is it going to start and when is it going to end? You state it there in your milestone. How much is it going to cost? You state it there. Who is going to be handling it? You equally state it there. Then now let's say the next activity in delivering of that work package will be maybe plastering of the walls. You understand? You also tell us how long it's going to take to plaster the wall, which is activity duration. When is it going to start? When is it going to end, which is the milestone, the cost involved, and then who is going to be handling it. Once you've delivered on those various activities, it means you have been able to deliver on the walls of that house. Understand? Then the next, there's the roofing. Also, you tell us the various activities that will involve in accomplishing the roofing. You understand? Maybe you can say, okay, the first activity will be to do the skeletal work, which is the carpentry work of the roof. You tell us how long it's going to take. You tell us when you will start and when you will end, which is your milestone. You tell us the cost, and then you also talk about the word who is going to be handling it. You understand? Let's say the second activity under the roofing now could not be putting of the zincs. Understand? You tell us how long it's going to take. The activity duration is going to take 5, 10 days. You state it under the activity duration. When is this 5 days going to start? You tell us when it will start and when it will end. June 20th to June 25th. You state it there. How much will it cost? You state the cost and who is going to be handling it. You state it there as well. Now, once you have been able to accomplish all those work, all the work activities to get the different work packages, and all the work packages are complete, it means you have delivered on that deliverable, which is the building. Understand? The building is complete. That deliverable is complete. Now you move on to the next deliverable, talking about the services. Now the services talking about the electricity. You understand? Now, what are the various activities it is going to take for you to accomplish that work package, which is the electricity? You also state them. Maybe you can say the first activities will be to crack the wall of the house. You tell us the duration it's going to take. You tell us the milestone, when it will start and when it will end. You equally tell us the cost and who will be handling it. Understand? Then the next activity in delivering that work package could be installation of pipes. You understand? Installation of pipes. You tell us how long it's going to take, when it will start and when it will end, the costs, and who will be handling it. Let's say the next activity there could not be the wiring, putting wires in those pipes. You understand? You equally tell us the activity duration, how long it will take, when it will start and when it will end, with the milestone, the cost, and who is going to be handling it. Maybe the next activities in that the same electricity could not be maybe drawing your wire, installing your, which is your, talking about the different phase, and drawing the NEPA wire to lighten the house. You understand? You also tell us how long that activity will take, tell us when it will start, when it will end, the cost, and who will be handling it. You understand? Once you're able to deliver on those various activities, it means that work package has been delivered. Then the next work package is talking about the gas. You understand? What are the various activities involved in installation of gas? You make us understand the various activities, the duration they will take, when it will start and when it will end, the costs of the various activities, and who is going to be handling those various activities. Then the next item there under this work package is the water supply. Understand? Maybe the first activity can be maybe uh, uh, piping of the house. You understand? All those, this what activity now is talking about, the plumbing. You understand? The various pipes. You maybe the first activity will not be you cracking of the walls. Tell us how long it will take. Tell us the milestone, the cost estimate, and who is going to be handling it. There may be installation of the pipes. You understand? Those plumbing pipes, the installations. You tell us how long it will take, the milestone, the cost, and who will be handling it. Then also, the third activity could now be maybe fixing of the installation of those toilet things. You understand? You make us understand how long it takes, the milestone, the cost, and the who is going to be handling it. Then maybe the next activity could be installing the water tank. You understand? You could tell us how long it will take, the milestone, when it will start and when it will end, the cost, and who is going to be handling it. Now, once you have been able to deliver on those activities, all those activities, it means you have delivered on all the different work packages. And once those work packages are complete, it means that item has been delivered. It means the services has been what? Delivered. You understand? Now, the next deliverable is the finishing. Talking about the painting and the kitchen installation. You understand? You tell us the various activities that will be involved in the kitchen installation, the duration, how long it will take, the milestone, when it will start, when it will finish, the cost, and who will be handling it. You understand? There may be the painting. What are the various activities that the painting will be entailing? You understand? How long are those activities going to take? What are the milestones, the cost estimate, and who is going to be handling them? You understand? So once you have been able to get the whole of this thing, all the various activities has been done, the work packages have been made, it means everything has been what? Delivered. It means that building or that project has been successfully delivered. You understand? So that's what the work breakdown is talking about, breaking down the work into different stages. Understand? Thereby making the works to be easy for you. Now, in the course of these various activities, it will make it for you to be, you will easily be able to monitor each of the processes. From the first list, you can monitor it. From the first activity, you can monitor it, and then to the second activity, the process will now follow a pattern. The project process will now follow a pattern that will be easy for you to assess and all that. You understand? So that's what the work breakdown structure does. Break down the work to make it easy for you. Now, another thing you can notice here is that with the aid of the WBS, you can be able to tell the actual duration of the entire project. You understand? You can be able to tell the actual duration of the entire project. Now we said the first activity is going to take 3 days, which is the digging of the foundation. It's going to take 3 days. While the second activities, which is the laying down of the blocks, is also going to take 3 days. You understand? Now, if you keep adding all the days together, the 3 days, the 5 days, 10, if you add all of them together, you'll be able to get the total days that that project is going to take. With the addition, I'm going to be doing that, okay, this project is going to take 66 days, it's going to take 70 days, it's going to take 100 days. So with the aid of the activity duration, you can check the actual number of days that this project will take. Then also with that milestone, you can be able to tell when this project will start and when it will end. You understand? Remember, we said the project will start 1st of March, which is the first activity is going to start 1st of March to 3rd of March. Understand? And let's say the finishing. The finishing now, the last activity in that finishing will be ending on the 30th of May. Let it be ending the 30th of May. It means if you check the first day, or rather, let's say 30th of August or 30th of September, rather, because we started the project 1st of June. The first activity actually started 1st of June. You understand? And now the last activity in the project is ending 30th of September. You understand? So you can be able to tell that, okay, this project will last from 1st of June to what? 30th of September. So that's what the milestone does. To be able to tell you when your project will start and when the project will end. So with this WBS also, you can be able to tell when the project will start and when it will end from 1st of June to 30th of September. You understand? Now, and also with this WBS, you can be able to tell the total cost that this project is going to entail. Understand? You can tell the total cost the whole project will entail. Now, we said for the first activity, you know the amount. The second activity, you know how much you do. Now, if you add all the cost of the various activities together, you are going to be getting the total cost of the entire project. You understand? So that's one thing the WBS also does for you as well. It helps you to be able to know the total cost of the entire project. And then also it makes you to easily know who is assigned to, who to call when each of those activities are to commence. So that's what the WBS does for you. So it's a very important document that in a project planning process. Once you're able to get this document, everything said, it means your work process will be very, your execution process will be very easy for you.